everybody. It's 1:30. My name is Nick Turner. I'm the chair of the Chartered Clubs Committee. And if you are able, would you please join me for Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. We are one member short for the meeting at the moment, but we have a quorum, so we will continue. And I will start, as usual, by reading the meeting procedures statement. The Governing Board and its committees conduct all of their meetings in compliance with Arizona Plant Community Association open meeting laws per ARS 33-1804 and in concert with Recreation Center Sun City West bylaws, policies and standing rules. Parliamentary procedures, as outlined in the most recent edition of Robert's Rules of Order, will also be followed in all meetings as appropriate, consistent with Bylaw 307, Procedures for Owner-Member Meetings, and Standing Rules numbers 2 and 3. Right, so with that done, we'll move on to approval of the minutes. Does anybody on the membership have any objections to or corrections to the minutes? No? Seeing none, they are approved. Moving on to 301 reports. Casey, Recreation Manager report.
All right, thanks, Nick. I talked about this last month, about the summer project. So just to kind of give you an update, we are moving forward. We were able to get the bylaw template completed. And Laura, can you just open that real quick? I'm going to just kind of breeze over that for you guys, but I am going to have this attached on my next email so you guys can see it in case you do not know how to maneuver on the hub. But this is just the template, so this doesn't have any specific club name, nor does it have any specific club requirements. This is just very generic. So as we keep scrolling through, you'll start seeing some redlining going on. So Section C, membership roster, that is what that is called. So based off the RRMPs, this is the new titles of the CR forms. And then you can see here for the CR 15, Laura, can you go to page 11? It'll make it a lot easier. You will see that I went ahead and just removed that Section D, which is that membership roster. That is actually going to be just an addition to the financials. So when we have it simplified under financials, it's just going to be another required attachment to what you know as the CR7, because that's how it all adds up, is by that calendar year roster, membership roster. So I did remove that. So whomever is responsible for that will no longer be responsible for that. It will be the treasurer's responsibility to just submit it with their CR7 annual financial report. That was really the big one. You can go ahead and keep scrolling. And then we changed the club officers meetings to mandatory. It was kind of all over the place. It was required, mandatory, so we changed it so it was consistent to mandatory. And moving on to officer descriptions. Many of you probably have a lot more of the CR forms outlined, so we'll go through if we notice that, and we'll definitely be working with all the clubs on that. We're not just going to make these crazy changes. We want to make sure you understand what's happening and the changes that are being made. Again, this is for complete simplicity, and myself, Christy, Constantino, Laura will be working on this summer with all the clubs. So just so you know who will be pretty much who you need to follow up with. So if you want to go back to that presentation. And next slide. So the timeline goals for that, you saw that we've already made the announcement. Today I presented the revised document. And then I just went ahead to let you know that last time I said it was going to be April to present the website. Well, there's no way I can get that done this month to share with you guys in April. So I have a TBD there to be determined on when we can share, because I'm going to have to get with IT as well and work with them. Moving on. Oh, that's okay, sensitive. A couple of community events that the clubs put on. Theater West, they have their Plaza Suite. Tickets are still available. Fitz Pickleball Tournament is this weekend. They have their pickleball drop on Friday at 10:30. So if that interests any of you, it's pretty cool. And then March, or towards the end of the month, we have Swing into Spring. And then Sunwest Art has their show as well. Moving on. And then I just want to kind of kindly remind you guys, right out here in our parking lot at R.H. Johnson, we're going to have our first inaugural Sun City West Artesian Fair and Feast. So that will be held from 9 to 1. And we have some live entertainment. 85 booths were sold. So we have probably about 78 artisans, if you will. And then we actually just added another food vendor today, which is sandwiches. So we have coffee. The blistered tortilla is some fancy quesadillas. Miyamori, many of you know, that is the pizza. And then AZ Barbecue, I think many of you know. Pavilion Grill is going to have her sweet treats as well. And then Weeby Poppin', which is popcorn. So that was just a quick update for March 28th.
Hey, thank you, Casey. Any questions for Casey from the committee? Any questions from the audience? Oh, sorry, Denise.
The bylaws, will those have to go through, that won't have to go to the membership at all?
No, this is actually the third time we'll be doing this. So as soon as we're done, we're going to call in the president and have them sign it.
Thank you.
That reminds me of another question. If the club is either in the process or about to start the process of changing their bylaws, can they slot that in with this?
No. I already had a club request that, and I said, if you have the time right now to go ahead and do it, move forward, but only amend. So if you guys have your meeting not till fall now, because I know that probably is going to fall into some clubs, just amend those areas and don't do a full document change, then I can make those changes in the summer, and then we can make those changes after the club votes. So kind of, I guess, yes, but it has to be amended. It can't be a full document change.
Yeah, okay. Any questions from the audience for Casey? I don't see any online either, so thank you, Casey. Right, moving on to liaison reports. I'll start on the left with Cheryl. Anything to report?
Yes, I do. I went to many of the general meetings. And the first one I went to artistic hand lettering. They've had Facebook training. They have cards that go to the Valley View Gallery, and they sell those. And all the money that is collected stays with the food bank there. They've gone into assisted living centers, all of them here in Sun City West. They give out cards, and Valentine's Day they did the notebooks, and in March they're doing something for St. Patrick's Day. And on the 10th, I think of April, they're having a special event for lettering. So, and I had to laugh because, I mean, I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, and they're saying, oh, no, you'll be wonderful. I was like, no, I don't think so. Okay. And then the Basketeers, they are celebrating their 40th year this year and since their foundation, and they are planning a big event on April the 11th. All of their classes have been full. They're having a lot of new members coming in, so on and so forth. And one thing, I think sometimes the Basketeers don't get enough credit or something, but please keep in the back of your mind that no matter what museum you go into, here, overseas, South America, anywhere, you will see baskets. They have been around since time immortal. I went in the other day, the reeds that they're using very small ones, thin, thick, tall, wide, different ones. I even saw somebody, they had sawgrass in there. And if you've ever even touched it, it would just tear your hands apart. So the basketeers are planning something big, and it was very interesting when I went to it. The beaters, I went to their meeting. I also met with them. I met with everybody during the newcomers. They had their bead sale the day before, so they had very little out on display during the newcomer event, which is really kind of nice. They had a good sale, and they have a lot of nice things. So, and they're planning their year-end annual picnic sometime mid to late April. They're having to work around Easter and Passover. Creative Stitchers, John here. They go to the library. They're in the library the last Wednesday of the month, showing what they do. There's people there stitching. They show all the different types so that people are aware that the club is even there. Yesterday, they went on their biannual
Bus trip.
their bus trip. And they go to stores, they spend the day in Scottsdale having lunch, walking around. So it's special to them. And the Girl Scout House, believe it or not, has contacted Creative Stitchers and the Macro Knit people. Okay, they're going to be working with the Girl Scouts in the entire county area, getting supplies, yarns, needles, threads, hoops, materials, anything. The girls are starting to be interested. Other people are starting to be interested. These girls, believe it or not, will be teaching their parents, their moms, some of these items. So that is a big to-do. I went to the Lapidary Club. Again, they're starting their listing for their members to put in their wants, their needs, their opinions of how the club room should be set up. The president was very specific when he says there's only going to be a few people working with the staff, but it's everybody's club. It's everybody's clubhouse. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody should have an opinion, and they should work together. They've also suggested fundraising, how to do that since they're not selling anything, at the sales. Let's see, and they discussed the changes to the club room, and I know it's on the agenda today, and they know that it's going to be a couple of years before anything is done. That is understood. Yes, they want it done tomorrow, but they know it's not going to be. Okay. The Macro Knit Club, again, they've been contacted by the Girl Scouts. Everything that they make, 100% made by the club, is donated. They also have events at the library. They have been asked by Del Webb Hospital for outfits for preemies and stillborns. That is something that they have to think about. There's a lot of women who have gone through that, and it is a gut-wrenching experience even making something. So, and they've been contacted, and they're doing a lot of work with the American Cancer Society with breast cancer patients. They have to use special materials, special yarns to help prevent more scarring, to help with the healing, especially after radiation. So they're working a lot with them. They donate to the fire department, blankets, any size, anybody has anything. St. Vincent de Paul, they do once a year. Anything that's donated to St. Vincent de Paul goes to individuals, it does not go into the stores to be sold. And they make these bags. They fill these bags every year, twice a year, and they make hundreds of these for toiletries for Eve's Place. And they have 5 different sites through the county that they give items out to. And when they have the bags, if they have to buy anything, the club will do so to fill the bags. I think that's ridiculous for a area this large that they have to buy anything to put in these bags. So they're going to be going out sometime during the early fall to ask for donations from everybody. The people they give these to have nothing. And I think all of us know that. So, and my last one is the leather carvers. They have a new machine, a Cobra 26, and they're working with the facility, maintenance, and Casey to make sure the electrical is correct so they don't hurt themselves or burn down the building. So that's all I have. And I know that was a lot, sorry.
Thank you, Cheryl. Moving on, John.
The Desert Garden Club has volunteers that are creating container gardens for club plant sales. And those sales, remember, happen every Saturday, the first Saturday of the month from 8 to noon, and every Thursday from 9 to noon. All cart holders are invited to a presentation and workshop on caring for cacti and succulents that's going to be on March 25th from 10 to 11:30 in the Sagebrush Room at Beardsley Rec Center. And at a recent general membership meeting, they approved $15,000 for their spring charity donations, which I thought was great. The ARC sixth annual golf tournament is March 28th at Trail Ridge Golf Course, and this event raises money for the Alzheimer's Association of Sun City West. The Broadcast Club is hosting a going away event for snowbirds on April 17th from 2 to 5 at the R.H. Johnson Social Hall. It's going to feature Diva Center Stage, and this event is a fundraiser for the Valley View Food Bank. All Sun City West community is invited to that event. And finally, on March 18th, the Music Club is hosting a performance by a string quartet in the Stardust Theater. This quartet is from the Phoenix Symphony, and it is a part of the Symphony's community outreach program. Members and their accompanied guests are welcome to attend. I didn't have the time on that, but you can see that on the Music Club's webpage. And that's it.
Thank you, John. Matt?
I have a little bit of donation. Can you, am I there? Can you hear me? Okay. Whoa, what's doing that? Okay, softball, I found out some of the donation events they are involved in. They have a cardiac kids tournament, and all of those proceeds are donated to Sun Health. They also have a tournament called Spare Parts, and all those tournament proceeds are donated to Soldier's Best Friend. They have an Old Timers Memorial Game, and all tournament proceeds are donated in the form of memorial bricks for celebration of life for those players who have passed away. The Cyclists Club, I didn't realize they did charity things, but they do. They have they support Bikes for Kids event, and that's where they collect donations from our members only to purchase bicycles mainly for the Christmas event at the Dysart Community Center. They also collect used donated bikes from the community, refurbish them, and donate to the Surprise Police Community Outreach Program. So as you can see, all of our clubs are doing really great things for our community and lots of donations. So The rest of mine are kind of just hanging in there, having fun. Horseshoe and Cornhole, they're just going away, and Sportsman's Club, they're doing all kinds of stuff. I saw where they went skiing, so they do lots in Sportsman's Club, so that's all I have today.
Moving on, Kathy.
Well, I attended as a member of the pickleball club, their membership meeting last week. And I know, David, you're probably going to cover some other stuff, but as a member, it was a great turnout, way more than 300. We have 2 ladies here that represent the club. Thank you for coming today. It was wonderful because we had a presentation about the master plan, and it was very interactive. I'm hoping all the club presidents and the clubs get involved to bring more awareness, have people contribute. Each club is going to say what they want, and so we need a broad range of thoughts, but thank you. It was a very nice evening. I know I also attended the water fitness. Chris is here today. Thank you for coming too. You had a long morning. And so you also brought up the master plan, but you also had a very nice luncheon, 125 of your almost 500 members. And the theme was health and fitness, and you had a healthy lunch, and you had questionnaires and interaction about health and fitness. It was really nice, and I think all of our club presidents are always looking for new creative ideas for what they can bring people in. And so that, I'm going to share what you did, because I know it was successful. We also have people using Good Medium. We have Country Western that have signs up around the community talking about their monthly dance party. Every Monday's practice, and then you go to the monthly dance party. And she's using a lot of social media to get the word out. And also Rock and Roll Club has a monthly dance, and they have a theme for each one of them. So they're being very creative and getting people out of the house and get moving. That's it.
Thank you. Denise?
I still have a few clubs to still see. I did do Canine, Canine Companions, and they're doing great things with training for the, I think, the medium-sized dogs, because they deal with both. And also I went to the Singles Club and really was amazed at the activities they do. First of all, I never even knew there was a Singles Club, but that's beside the point. But it's just for people that just want to get out there and do different things and meet other people.
Thank you. David?
I went to the welcome, the newcomers, and met with almost, I think, all of my clubs, and all of them seem to be having a good time. They're really a bunch of nice folks, all the card groups, and some of the sports ones, and then I'd also like to share something that tennis let me know about. On Saturday, February 21st, the tennis clubs hosted high schoolers from the Programs for After-School Success. It's a PASS program. It's a nonprofit and teaches the kids from underserved areas of Phoenix the game of tennis and more. This is the 4th year the club has hosted. Club members and kids played tennis, red ball tennis, and after that they had hot dogs and hamburgers. And then the club members and the kids spent some time socializing, and the club members talked about the careers they had before they retired and stuff. So cheers to tennis for being involved in the community again. So that's all. Thank you.
And finally, Nancy?
Is that my permanent name? Finally, Nancy? I mean, I get it, I'll take it, it's okay, I'm something, you know? Hi, Nick. I didn't go to see anyone this week. My 2 clubs that I had was the Palo Verde Patchers, which had an incredible quilt show, if you saw it. It was amazing. And then also the Art West Club, of course, as you had said earlier, they're preparing for their big show coming up in March, and they've been very busy running around in there. I have all but 2 clubs all written up, and I put my thoughts on paper because otherwise I'll forget them. Or I forget where the paper is, one of the 2. But I've turned it in to Nick and Casey, so I think I still have Zimmergy Z that I still have to write up, but they only had one issue, and I think it's already been dealt with. They needed some new chairs. But it's been a good time. People are having a good time out there. It's March Madness. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. All right, moving on to new business, the capital improvement projects. Herschel is here. If there is at least, I know at least one update, there's some late breaking news.
That's pretty much it. In terms of club-related CIP projects, nothing has changed since last month, with one notable exception. The Art Club requested that we pull their Phase 3 showroom edition from this year's budget. They want a chance to review the drawings and come up with some value engineering changes, so look for that to possibly be in next year's budget. Other than that, I'm available to answer any questions about any of the other club projects or anything you might have.
Do we have any questions for Herschel? No? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so at next month's meeting, we'll be making our recommendations to the governing board on the capital projects that are related to chartered clubs. It may not be a comprehensive list, but the ones that I see straight off the top of my head is the Lapidary Club Design and Planning. The softball, there's several items at softball, the fence, some of fencing, padding, and so on. And the platform tennis renovation over at the tennis courts, and ARC, Automotive Restoration Club, of course, the floor of their current building. It needs some work, and that is still on the list. So if you have any questions about those or any other capital items that relate to clubs, reach out to me or to Herschel to get those answers. We will have another opportunity before we make our recommendations next month. Okay. Any questions on that? Any questions for Herschel? Any questions from the audience? I see no questions online. All right, so moving on to our next item of new business, we have a visitor, we have a guest. Barb Wagers is here from the Sun Cities Museums, and one of the things that the museum does and encourages is preserving history. And Barb and the museum thought it would be useful to publicize some training and some courses they're doing on digital scrapbooking when it comes to preserving history. I know some of our clubs do have somebody who acts as their historian, and that person, sometimes the clubs struggle to find somebody to act as their historian. But for those clubs who want to preserve their records for the future, and also to do that in a better, if you like, and more beautiful way, Bob is offering some training. So Bob,
Thank you, Nick. He just said it all, so I'm done. My name is Barb Wagers, and on behalf of the Del Webb, the Del Webb Sun Cities Museum, we would like to invite every club to attend a class to learn how to preserve your history going forward. I'm a board trustee and head of preservation for the museum, and my teams have digitized over 26,000 pages of documents and 186 scrapbooks. And they date back from about 1959 to about 2015. So what really concerns me is that we are not capturing our history going forward. So your club hopefully has a historian or a publicist or a photographer or a social media person that takes pictures of your club events, your meetings, and they probably put them on your website and on your social media page. But that's good for short term. but not for long-term preservation. So this class is going to teach you how to do that. I will teach not only how to put pictures in a nice format, but also make annotations to those pictures. Because as I digitize scrapbooks, I notice a lot of times annotations are missing. So locations of an event, the date of the event, and people who are labeled under the pictures are even sometimes missing. So I will teach you how to do that. And also with not only pictures, but also documents. So think about newspaper articles that have been written about your club, your mission statement, your minutes, your newsletters. All of those documents can also be put in these scrapbooks. These scrapbooks can then be placed on your website as well as the museum's website and preserved our history. This class is not technical at all. Even if you don't know Microsoft Word, that's basically what I use to teach how to do digital scrapbooking. So let's go ahead and look at some of the specifics on the classes that I'm offering right now. So I have 3 classes set up right now. The first class is March 24th through 22nd. So the Tuesdays and Fridays of March and April. The 24th through 27th is in the late afternoon for those who like to attend late afternoon from 4 to 6. And that's when the museum is also closed. And then I have one scheduled in April that is in the early morning, 8 to 10, right before our museum opens. Then in November, a time will be determined as far as when that class is going to be taking place. I am a snowbird, so that's why there's a big gap between April and November. But I really want to talk to Sun City West specifically. I know I say on there that the class locations is at the museum in Sun City, but I am more than happy to come to Sun City West and do a class here if there's clubs that want to do that. So I'm willing, and then we can talk about dates and times, and I'm very flexible. I think I just have a passion that we need to preserve your history of your clubs. The classes will be 4 days, 2 hours each day, and there will be a lot of work time built into that time as well. So I will teach you some things, and then you can bring either an event from a class, not you, but the people you choose, can bring an event, pictures of an event, maybe do the whole last year, just whatever works for your club. So it's really up to you as far as what you want this one scrapbook to be, and then you can build on that to make more scrapbooks. And scrapbooks can be anywhere from, you can have lots of pages, or you could have 5 or 6 pages, but at least you're preserving your history of that event or that meeting. I do have some requirements. Your person will need to have a laptop, and it needs to have Microsoft Word installed on that laptop. And then 10 photos on your laptop so we can get started right away. If they don't bring 10 photos, I'll just give you some of my vacation photos, and that won't mean much to you guys, but just to practice. So I suggest that you bring 10 photos to the class right away, and we can get started. Optional, you can have 2 people from a club come to this class. And I would like to say more, but with space, having 20 people there, I'm limited a little bit on space. But from one club, you can bring 2 people, and sometimes it's more fun to work together as well. And then Also, if you have documents, you can bring those. We have scanners at the museum. I can teach you how to scan it. We can put it right into your digital scrapbook as well. Then PowerPoint's not a big issue. There's just some things in PowerPoint that Microsoft Word can't do. So if you also have PowerPoint, I'll teach you some other techniques using PowerPoint as well. If your club would like to take this class, or if you want to wait till a little bit later if those dates don't work out, please just send me an email and let me know your name, your club name, and please tell me that it's from Sun City West, because I'm also inviting clubs from Sun City as well. So then I'll know that you're coming from Sun City West, and then what class you want to attend. And if you go, I just want to attend another class later on, that's fine. But I will then have you, I will be able to send out information at a later date. Feel free to contact me with any questions using that email. That's Wagers, SCAHS, that's just Sun City's Area Historical Society @gmail.com. Anybody have any questions for me at this time? Yes, ma'am.
Committee, Nancy?
This might be for Nick, but do we have such a thing on our website for Sun City West? Is there,
you know
some
what,
of their
Nancy?
photos are amazing.
Nancy, I am so glad you asked that question, because that was going to be at the very end. When we digitize, we have a lot of history of Sun City West on our website. We have lots of Sun City West scrapbooks on our website. When I saw the Theater West, it's like, I don't know how many scrapbooks I digitized for Theater West. And then I did not hear a report from the Westers Jesters, a clown club that you had a long time ago. So there you go. Yes, we have lots of information on Sun City West, and we're building more and more. So thank you.
Will that be connected to our website? I mean, I wouldn't have known to look.
It's
for
on the
your
museum.
website.
No, it's on the
It's on the
museum.
museum.
website. Yeah.
So-
A lot of our documents are very big, so we have to upload them to a storage and then provide the access. So Del Webb, Sun Cities Museum.org. I think that's our website. Anyway, Google Del Webb Sun Cities. How many have you been to our museum? And I'm saying our museum, good, because it is Del Webb Sun Cities. It's always been included with Sun City West. So we do want your history. So please think about preserving your history as you go forward. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Any more questions from the committee or from the audience? I don't see any online. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Excuse me. That brings us to the end of our regular agenda. Committee comments in a moment. Just after a quick reminder from me about the master plan. Go to the Sun City West website, Recreation Centre's website, and follow the link for the master plan. The Travelling Ideas Board is still running around. There is, I understand, going to be an online engagement session for people who are out of town or have missed any of the other engagement sessions as well. So look out for notifications about that. The online ideas board, of course, is still there and open. So if you have any ideas, just go online and put them up on the online board. Right, so moving on to committee comments. Nancy, any additional comments?
Thank you for calling me first. I have no comment. That's amazing, isn't it?
You're welcome.
It's just fun out there right now. It's March.
David?
Thanks, Nick.
I just wanted to remind people that the Pickleball's Fits tournament, I think the dates were wrong. It actually starts on the 6th to the 9th. And their annual ball drop is at 10:30 on the 6th. And the tournament, I think, starts at 8 o'clock. So
Thank you. Denise? Kathy? No. Sandra? Pat? John? Yeah, Cheryl? Casey?
Yeah, I'll attach this digital scrapbooking class to my next email so you guys have it. I saw some of you taking pictures up there. And then I'll create an email link so you can just click on her email and it'll take you for all the information she's requesting.
Okay. Any comments or questions from the audience? I see none online. Right, so our next Charter Club meeting will be April the 7th at 1:30 in this room in the lecture hall, and we are adjourned at 2:11. Thank you.